Jamaica should be paid repatriation for the centuries of free labor and the abuse of their Jamaican foreparents, especially as nations are benefiting from those labor even today. If Jamaica were to be rewarded with a fraction of its wages, it would equate to a significant value that they would amass today that would be transformative for the country in terms of its condition, its infrastructure, and the way of life. If repatriation makes so much sense, what's the justification for its delay? Let's have the conversation here.
The Jam Fam family. Jam Fam, come hang with me. Yeah.
Hello, Wagwan. Big up yourself, whether you're there yard or you're there abroad. Welcome back to another episode of Life with the Jam Fams. And on today's episode, we're going to be delving into the conversation as to whether or not Jamaica actually requires repatriation repayment and if that will ever happen in Jamaica's lifetime. Being paid for our labor and receiving our inheritance and our foreparents' legacy that was mined from Jamaica and the wider Caribbean would be exceptional for all of our people. How we spend it or how we invest it would be our decision. Nevertheless, lobbying, protesting, and campaigning have not made a difference in the Caribbean getting what is rightly theirs.
A really fascinating one here and a very, very important story. Leading United Nations judge Patrick Robinson says the UK can no longer ignore the greatest atrocity and should pay over 18 trillion to 14 countries for its involvement in the transatlantic slave trade.
Well, this comes as the descendants of former Victorian Prime Minister William Gladstone have apologised for their family's role in slavery, offering to pay £100,000 to the Caribbean.
We're joined now by Judge Patrick Robinson. Judge Patrick Robinson, a real pleasure and an honour to have you on the show this morning. There is no doubt that this is probably one of, if not the greatest atrocity to mankind in our history, really. However, the argument is that this was a long time ago, and actually can Britain really afford to put out, at a time like now particularly, $18 trillion? And it won't just be the UK, of course. There'll be lots of other countries across Europe and the West that will be responsible too. Do you think it's a practical solution?
Yes, it is. And I can't accept the argument that it was a long time ago. It may have been a long time ago, but there are obviously current day consequences from the practice of transatlantic chattel slavery. Those consequences stare us in the face every day when you look at the position, the situation of the descendants of the enslaved in any part of the world where they are. And there is a basis for a comparison. They are at the bottom of the economic ladder, and the reason for that is transatlantic chattel slavery. They started their life as free people with not a cent from the United Kingdom, which paid £20 million to the plantation owners. That deficit has still not been made up by the descendants of the enslaved. So yes, there is a basis for the United Kingdom, and not just the United Kingdom, the other former slaveholding states, to pay reparations, because transatlantic chattel slavery was an internationally wrongful conduct. And you'll find that the approach that has been taken in the work which led to the Brattle Group's quantification is one that is entirely in accordance with international law. At first, there was a symposium which looked at the lawfulness of transatlantic chattel slavery and found that it was unlawful. And then we had another symposium on reparations. That's when the Brattle Group came in. So we didn't wake up one day and say to ourselves, oh, this was an awful business that was carried out against our ancestors. Let us quantify the reparations. No.
Well,
First, we considered
sorry to interrupt you. I thought you'd pause. I mean, I think there's no question, is there, over the horror, no question over the fault. What about the practicalities? Because when you ask a government to pay reparations, they're taking money from the taxpayer, aren't they? Is that who would pay? Because, of course, many people who live in the UK are descend from people who were wronged. And so, and they're often the ones, as you point out, who the implications of maybe their start and where they came from has meant that they are impacted more greatly by having to find that money and by tax. So who is going to pay for this, and how can you ensure that it's the right person pays and it goes to the right people if it were to happen?
What's at the core of these denials? One is the continued illusion of superiority or dominance. If Europe was to make restitution through repatriation, they wouldn't benefit from the continued servitude of indentured laborers parading as skilled migrants. Therefore, for Europe's continued benefit, repatriation will not be realized. Secondly, government change over liability. People are calling on a democratic non-monarchy to pay the debt and make amends for the injustices of their predecessor monarchy rulers. However, can a democratic government be held accountable for the amassed wealth of monarchies? Lords, ladies, and other noblemen and women that are hidden in lavish estates, collectors' art pieces, elegant, bedazzling jewelries, fanciful coins, and various other artifacts. That's where the wealth is hidden. The wealth hoarded are well collocated in ways that are not easily liquidated, and they simply stay in generations and continue building inequity. Therefore, it is difficult to access them for payment. Thirdly, the debt burden. The new government system that are expected to take on the responsibility to pay these astronomical debt are simply unable to pay. Their debt to GDP ratio are excessive. Repaying such debt burdens would either bankrupt their economy or saddle them with debt that would take more than a century to repay. Britain took approximately 182 years from 1833 to 2015 to fully repay the loan of around 20 million that was used to compensate servitude owners for the abolition of servitude. This debt was managed through government annuities. Nations are not going to want to saddle their taxpayer with such a burden again. Fourthly, the grip of aristocracy. Many people want to feel like they're aristocrats. They want the elegance and the opulence that comes with that, and therefore they do not want to just relinquish it this easily. So where the possessions are art pieces or other treasures that are displayed in museum or in private collection, people are not going to want to just quickly hand those pieces over, and therefore every excuse is found when the conversation is had for them to be returned. Think about it. Which thief is going to willingly return his spoils simply because the supposed owner begs for it back? Those things are only returned when people take what's theirs. Relinquishing them is giving up centuries of aristocracy that people are not going to just willingly lay down, not to mention the wealth that it has accumulated over the centuries. And fifthly, unlocking power. Jamaicans can rebuild and excel without handouts. It will always feel like charity after how much time had passed, and people will not give us the credit due for our accomplishments when we achieve them. We need to rewrite our story and build ourselves up. No one who knows our history will really want us rising or choose to fund that journey if those funds aren't reminding us how poor we are and how much we need those handouts. Therefore, if we are going to actually get up and rise up, we're going to need to do that through our strengths, through our resilience, through our tenacity, and the indomitable spirit that is on the inside of us, and coupling those things with creativity, strategic planning, and smart maneuvering, so that we can actually build out our nation in the way that we need to, using the skills and the resources that's on the inside of us for us to prosper and for us to succeed. Really, Jamaicans should stop misappropriating their time and resources seeking repatriation that we'll probably never get. Instead, we should give ourselves the mental emancipation that we need, the social amelioration, the idea collaboration, the group economics, the cooperative responsibility, and the self-actualization that we need in order to become the nation that we have it in our ability to be. Simultaneously, we need to return to our first love, humble ourselves, call upon Yah, and see the healing of our nation and make our plans clear so those who will run with it is able to realize it. And therefore, it will be clear when they get to the place that they need to get to and know exactly what it is that they're accomplishing and when they get there. Although we have a legal right to repatriation because of the impacts of colonialism and servitude on our people and our society, doesn't mean that the other party will freely fulfill their duty to make those payments. The damage done to our lives, including public health effects like diabetes, high blood pressure, and countless more, colorism, classism, educational depravity, superimposing of cultures and loss of ethnic heritage and linguicide are only the surface of the damage that we all need to consciously build from. The feeling of satisfaction will be so great when we know that we have done it as a nation and as a people without anyone being able to say that they gave us a handout to make it possible. Tell us your views, whether you think it will ever happen, and if you think it's something that Jamaicans should be lobbying for, in the comment section below. We look forward to hearing your views and your opinions on this significant matter.
So, we are here. We are about to go and do our family photo. Where's Kenya? She's over there. Hey! Jump in, bro. Rest of parties inside. Winning.
Today, this is the Flex. We're here today at this venue and we're going in to spend some family time together. And so we'll take you along with us so you can see what's happening. So we're in the studio. So I'm just going to go on the inside and get myself in because we're the last one arriving. Everybody else is there. And so we'll see you when we see you. Yeah. Okay. So it's like that. And the line up. Yay! And that's it. Hey, see my sister there, you see how she got? Hey, Khalil, hi. Yay! And there's one other brother. Other brother. And he's getting changed, so you will get to see him later. Yeah, so we're having fun together as a family, and it's all good. Good covers, good celebration, good getting together. And that's the boys' crew with the parents.
I want you to stand. So, can you stay one moment and then you oh, this is just gorgeous right here, I tell you now. This is just absolutely cool. Oh, we love it, we love it. Quick, everyone, thank you for your patience. Oh, okay. Exactly, very good. Very good. I don't know why that's very good. Beautiful. This is good. There we go. 3. I don't know. Test. See if I can move back. 3.
You look gorgeous. If it's her mom looking so wonderful, you know, sister, that's why I mean she look like, hey.
Yes, and this is my other brother that was not seen before. Yeah, so Jump From Tribe, meet my family, and well, we've already met some of them, so these are some of the others, and we're having an awesome day here, taking some memories as we move forward. So it's always good to do these things. So we're recreating these memories so that they will last far into the future. So it's quite amazing to do that today. So it's worth using the time to get as many things done as possible. Everywhere we go, vibes turn up. Look at this. Vibes turn up. What you say? It enhanced the shot. Oh wow. I'm on my own today. Again, just at this present moment, because I'm doing a shuttle run. So we finished our family photo shoot, and I am going back on this run to go and get some of the people so that they get them back home, because I needed to relieve my brother so that he can go and do his other assignment. So that's how it's going. So I'm just on my way back and trying to get there as quickly as I can, all legitimately. So it's been a good day. It was lovely to break the ice from all the hectic busyness that we've been experiencing since we got here. So it's quite a nice reward at this point to be able to do. And it was a great time and good vibes as well. It was good to have everybody together like that. It's been a while as people grow and become adults and doing their own thing and having different aspirations and ambitions and going off and having their own family and doing their thing. It can be a little bit challenging, especially the fact that we are in different countries. So it was great to be able to just everybody be in the same country and get all of this done. So I'm excited about the fact that we are going to get to be together for a little while, and that the children are getting to spend some time together as well. So I'm looking forward to how this all pans out as we go through the next few days. And in all of this excursion, we've managed to get a flat, so we're now going to get a new tire. So we are now at the tire shop to get the spare tire. After such a busy, hectic day, we then find that partway through the process of hustling, we had a flat tire. And then we had to put on the little donut tires just to be able to get ourselves through the day. And then we had to go and air up the donut tire in between. So now we are going to get the tire replaced because we didn't have time to pause and stop for that in the busy schedule that we had earlier today. But it's all good because it's going to now get resolved. I just remember that this actually happened to us in Montego Bay in Jamaica once in one video. Oh my gosh. Hold on, and off we go.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Listen, all right.
Take care. Bye.
The Jam Fam family. We're Irie, living the good life. We're royal, cruising through the West Indies, having fun, enjoying the good life. Jam Fam family, the Jam Fam family, yeah. The Jam Fam family. We're Irie, living the good life. We're royal, cruising through the West Indies, having fun, enjoying the good life. Jam Fam family, the Jam Fam family, yeah. Jam Fam, come hang with me. The Jam Fam family. Jam Fam, come hang with me, yeah.
Thank you for staying with us here on this another episode of Life with the Jam Fam. We appreciate you coming by and spending the time with us each time that you come along. And we just want to say thank you so much. We appreciate and value you. Bye for now, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video.